And like, it's nothing to do with studying first, this curse or anything. Like, it's got nothing to do with studying astrology. Anybody can study astrology. Okay. And now the thing is, like, some people can like study it and then start practicing it with other people. Okay. And now somebody doesn't know enough astrology. Okay. And they start doing readings for other people. Okay. So then they can give them wrong readings, or they can give them wrong suggestions and advice. Now that person will do that thing. Okay. So now that karma will come on to that person. So you are creating some more heavy karmas for yourself.
Okay.
Yeah. So that is nothing to do with the curse. It's actual action you're doing, and which basically, like, putting you in a position of all these things, or like there's repercussions which are going to happen from that. Okay. So that's why I always tell people not to do readings or any of that thing until like they're very, very 100% like ready, and they have done the whole that thing. Like, it's like right now people like, little knowledge is a dangerous thing. Okay. Anyways, it is a very important saying. Okay. So it applies to astrology even more. Like,
You have to be
and
careful.
and especially if you're not connecting astrology to like spiritual things, or like what quote unquote spiritual things, if you don't connect it to that, if you don't make it for like a person's evolution, if you don't connect it to that, then it becomes a very crazy situation. Like,
you mean like people that just like have a little shop and they take like 40 people a day and they just make predictions, and they're not helping the person
and a spiritual, or sending people down the wrong paths and stuff like that. Okay. Like right now people are saying, oh, you should do that job, you can do that thing, you can okay, all of that, like, sending people to medical schools or people to that things and stuff like that. Okay. Like these kind of things, like pushing people into directions which like should not be pushed into, and all of that, like, so whenever it associates, like, so 8th house would be only a problem if it is not connected to the 9th house. Okay. So even if you consider it a 8th house, like going deep into something, but it has to connect to the 9th house, like the sense of divine and of the laws or multiverse laws or anything like that. When it connects to that, then it's not a problem. Okay. When it's disconnected from that, only then it is a problem. Okay. I mean, so when it connects to 5th, 9th, that thing, time, then it's not a problem. The 8th house.
And the 9th house is the gains from the 8th house, right? It's second from the 8th. So it's like, if you really want to benefit from the 8th house, like you have to
shift it towards that. Like, you have to shift it towards that 9th house. And if more and more people shift it towards that, like rather than what is happening in astrology right now, and that's why a lot of people are getting very, very, like, they're getting destroyed too. Like a lot of people are trying to study it and then they are not doing anything else, and they just like, go completely crazy in it. And, and there's so many conflicting, nonsensical lies and non-factual things available on online right now that anybody can totally fly their head, in all of those things, like if like, and a lot of like common people, they don't have the discernment to actually know what is the like a proper principle, what is not, what is that thing. So there's a whole lot of confusion which can get created inside a person's mind, and which is not, like helpful for them. That's all. So there's no curse except this. I mean, that's the whole thing. Yes. And Parvati is like a goddess, and Shakti, like, okay, so she understands how it can be problematic for people, like if they go into that, like she understands the pitfalls okay of it, like what it is, like, and so, which you can see in today's age, like it is happening right in front of people's eyes right now. I mean, I see it like all the time, like it is happening. But for me, like astrology for me was not, it was connected always to my spiritual practice and things like that, rather than anything else. So it was, the Jyoti ish was not never apart from that. So like it was not a like a like a what you call like informational curiosity or intellectual curiosity for me. It is it is not like, oh, I want to know that, okay, I want to know that, or something like that. It is actually like experiencing something properly for real, like yourself, like rather than just learning all these that things. And and while your life is like totally like like is taking a nosedive for your body, your life is all going down, and you're just trying to like that's not how it should be. Yes, I mean, then, but it has to have that 9th house connection. Okay, it should move towards that. So that is where the so-called 8th house problems will finish.